Okay, this is once again using just the camera mic. So tell me about where you grew up.
Oh, I grew up in the big town of Upton, over between Grafton and Milford. A lovely little town. It was known for its famous women's hat shop that was the largest in the world. And they started the hats right from the wool from the sheep and ended up with many beautiful woolen hats, and then they did the straw hats also.
Now, who made the hats?
Oh, it took a lot of time. It had a lot to go through, right from the wool from the sheep, and it had about 20 steps to go through before it got to the designers to put the trimmings on it. And then they sold it to all the stores in New York. Yes.
And where did you go to school?
I went to school in Upton. I started it. We had a big class. I think there was like about 12 in the first grade and maybe 14 in the second grade. And by the time I graduated from the high school in 1941, there were 20 of us in that class. And then, would you believe, the next year the school burnt down. And that was the end of the Upton High School. So they had to transfer the kids over to Mendon and combine the two schools.
Now, you played basketball, didn't you?
Oh, I played basketball. I was the captain of my team when I was a senior. Yeah, played softball too. We had a lovely little league, and we were so good in the town of Westboro. So we had a chance to go to Worcester to play against some of the bigger teams up there. And after the third inning, they threw us out.
Why?
Because there was no way that those little girls from Upton could compete with the city people. And so they told us to go home.
That's just terrible. I've never heard of such a thing. So then what did you do? Well, you must have been very disappointed.
Well, we were disappointed because we thought, of course, in Upton, we were playing against the other teams in Upton, of which were a lot of older people than us, so naturally, we beat them, and we were super, until we went to Worcester. That was it. That was it.
And what position did you play?
So then after that, well, we just lived and had fun. Oh, I'm sorry. But of course then, you know, the war had to come along, so I didn't have much of a chance to go to school that I wanted to do.
Where did you want to go to school?
I wanted to go to be a hairdresser, and I was going to the Peacock School in Worcester. But the Army decided to draft my brother, of which owned a store in the hat shop. He also had 3 children, and his wife couldn't take over the store. So that was my job to do. It was like a little lunch counter and things like that in the hat shop.
And then what happened?
Well, then what happened? Oh, we had something in Upton that we'd never had. We had the hurricane of 1938, and it washed out all the dams in our beautiful lakes. And where I was working in the hat shop, it took the roof off of our little store, and we had to go through a tunnel over to the lodge. And nobody knew where I was because they didn't have any way to get words around to the people. So that was my life there.
Now, when did you meet Clem?
Oh, Clem's parents, his mother's parents, and my father's parents came down from Canada when there was no work in Canada and came to Upton and Northbridge to work in the mills. And his mother's parents settled in Upton along with my father's parents. So we more or less knew each other all the time growing up. And it was a good relationship. But then they, as I say, my friend got drafted into the, we weren't married then. But then when he came home on leave, after 36 months in the Pacific, we got married, but he was going to make the Navy a career. And after our first son was born, he decided, nope, he was staying home to be with his family. So it ended up very happily.
Well, it sounds wonderful. I think we've got about 5 minutes on here, so I'm going to stop it.